Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this month's live workshop. This month, it's all about the client's comeback, turning January dropouts into February profits. As we all know, if you've been in the game long enough, January is always a weird month of the year. We all know at the start of the month it's going to be very profitable because everybody jumps on the new year, new me bandwagon. But as I kind of talk about in the presentation today, they're not always in the right frame of mind to actually complete a challenge or join the program properly. They're simply joining because it's the new year, new me. And that's why you'll probably see February, especially March, and as we go into April, and it starts to really pick up. So January is always that weird month. So that's why we need to make sure when we head into February now, we're heading in there with confidence, knowing we've got a few things up our sleeve that we can really push on and kick on if January didn't go to plan. So it's not going to be 60 minutes. It can be 60 minutes if you want to do loads of chatting at the end. Otherwise, my presentation is going to be like 20 minutes most. And then the more we chat, the longer it will go. But the aim is to kind of share with you why January clients are probably already disappearing. And it really isn't your fault that this is happening. The real reason why the New Year, New Me clients don't stick around. Simple script to bring quiet clients back to life. How to make February most profitable month yet. So to help us get the most out of it, kind of like let's try and be present. I know a lot of you have got busy lives and everything, but like kind of just put your phones on mute just like 20 minutes so we can try and get the most out of this. Use the chat box as much as possible so we can hear your insights and thoughts and everything. So that's going to help us all have a better experience from the call because again, it's an interactive workshop. Take notes. And also, don't worry, this is being recorded. So, and if you do want to turn on your mic and give us some insights into the things that you're wanting to know or questions, don't declare your business or don't be revealing of everything. Ask a few questions, but because obviously this is being recorded, so like just ask you questions, but obviously you can share about your business if you want, but most people would rather just not really go into too depth. Just ask the key questions. Oh, someone else has just joined. Uh, and let's start with a quick poll. How was everyone feeling? How are we feeling about February? Are we feeling confident? February is only a few days away. Are we feeling like January was a real downer, so February might be a bit more of a slog? Just put in the comments or feel free to kind of share with us. How are you feeling about February now? Are we super motivated and we're ready to go? That's what we're saying. Let me just get this up. Oh, Ashley's joined again. How's everyone feeling about February? Are we excited? We're not excited? We're concerned? Someone's going to say something, and who was that? No? Quiet workshop this month, is it? Okay. Be honest, okay? Claire's motivated. Felix is excited. Love it. Nice. Appreciate it. Okay. How many of your clients, how many January clients have gone quiet already? Think about it. Try and think all the people we started the people that joined from like the 25th of December to the 30th. And then like the people then have got started. How many of those people have kind of started to go quiet? They were eager. They did 3 sessions that first week. Then they dropped down to 2. Now they've dropped down to 1, and now they've kind of gone quiet completely. You probably started the month buzzing as well. New inquiries were coming in. Your diary was filling up, and you thought, you know what, this is going to be my year. And now, after that initial burst of energy, you're kind of feeling like you're kind of being left behind. People are not replying to you. Even clients that signed up are not replying. The people that were really interested are kind of going quiet. And then they're cancelling sessions. And we all know it's a sign. If people are doing 3 sessions a week consistently, and then they start doing 1 session a week for 2 or 3 weeks, you know that cancellation is coming. Or if they start cancelling sessions last minute and they do it 2 or 3 times in a row, we know the cancellations are coming. So if you're not tracking these numbers in your fitness business, show up rate is the biggest one that will tell you if you're going to retain clients or not. So if you're not tracking your show up rates, look at that. Okay, how does everyone feel about this? Is this kind of how we're feeling right now? January started off really well, and then all those people that started in January are starting to slow down a little bit, not really getting there, not really staying with us. maybe. No comments, so I'm guessing everybody's happy. Okay. So the February slump is real, okay? So it's not just about losing a few clients. It kind of has that knock-on effect because January goes really well. We get loads of clients in, people start to leave, that starts to knock your confidence, and then you move into February and you think, oh, I put all that effort in January, and it starts to have that knock-on effect, okay? So it starts to lead to unpredictable income where you can't plan because you don't really know what's coming in. Cash flow anxiety. Obviously, a lot of us are paying our self-assessment returns today, or hopefully you're paying it before the 31st, or I'll get a fine from the government. And then you've got the cash flow, so you just don't know what's coming in because you don't know where the clients are staying or who's leaving and so forth. Wasted time and energy, so you put a load of effort into January, and then it kind of feels a bit pointless because it's gone a bit slow. And then that puts us in the kind of like the feast or famine cycle where we're kind of on that roller coaster where we do really well in January at the start, and then it drops off, and now you're scared about what's coming in February and waiting for March to kind of grow back up. And then that obviously leads to self-doubt. Okay, you start asking your questions, or you start cutting things out of your business to try and figure out how we can stable the ship. And the worst part is you're seeing other fit pros post on social media and Facebook, and you're wondering what they know that you don't. But the truth really is that nobody tells you about the January clients. So if you've never thought of January clients this way, this will be quite an eye opener. If you've been in the game long enough, hopefully you've noticed this when it comes to January clients. So most people that join the gym or hire a PT in January don't do it because they truly want to change. They do it because of the calendar, the new year, new me. So it's a cultural phenomenon, not a personal commitment. It's a new year, new slate. It's going to be the new me. We all know habits take like 14 days to 3 weeks to really start to bed in. But if they're not really focused, they're not really wanting to change, they're just doing it because they're jumping on this time of year, then we start losing quite early. Their motivation starts to wane and they start leaving because they're not genuine. They're not really in this for the long term. They just wanted that quick fix to get them over the line. And then motivation fades and we start losing clients within 2 to 3 weeks. But this isn't your fault, okay? When a new client joins us in January and they start leaving by the end of January, it's not your fault. The client is at fault because they weren't ready for it. But saying that, you have to solve the problem. It's not your fault that they weren't ready to make this a long-term commitment, but saying that you now have to make it your problem to solve that issue. And the difference really between the fit pros who struggle and the fit pros who thrive is understanding the onboarding process when we bring new clients in. The onboarding process is the most important part. Generating lead, making the sale, getting them to month one. We all know this. We all know in our business, if we can get a prospect through the door, we can sell to them. And we all should know if we can get a prospect to month one, they will stay with us for the long term. So getting the client through the first 30 days is the real skill. This is where the battle is won or lost. A first bad impression with a coach who's grumpy, they're not coming back. A really challenging session that makes them feel ill after the session, they're not coming back. You've got 30 days to convince them. Well, basically you have day one to convince them, then you've got 3 days to convince them, then it's a week to convince them, then it's 2 weeks to convince them. So you need to keep knocking those hurdles down. So again, that's just a quick insight into January, okay? The first 30 days make or break everything. So most fit pros focus on the energy and getting the sale, but the sale, as we know, is just beginning, okay? If you don't have a proper onboarding process, then clients lose their excitement that they initially had fades within 7 to 10 days. They start to miss a session or two and then feel embarrassed about it. Because like, oh, I promised them I was going to be serious about this, and now I've missed the session. Oh, I can't really show my face there now, and they just disappear, okay? They start avoiding your messages, and by week 3, they've mentally checked out because their mind's focused on something else. By week 4, they're gone. They've cancelled the direct debit on their app. They've cancelled their card, whatever they do. They've blocked you and all these things. they're not coming back, okay? That's where January joiners needs more support, not less. You need to bridge the gap between the New Year motivation and building real lasting habits. So we've got a download on the doc, and we'll go through this a bit more in a minute now. But let's now look at the client comeback framework, okay? So the good news, it is all fixable, and there's 3 simple steps that we can do to turn this around. So we re-engage, we bring the quiet ones back into life with a simple, powerful script. We tap into the second wave of motivating prospects in February, and we automate, so we build follow-up systems so not every lead slips through the cracks again. So this is how we turn your leaky bucket into a client-generating machine. Let me walk you through each of them now, okay? So framework 1, re-engage. So a lot of you, if you've been doing email marketing long enough, should know something called the 9-word reactivation email, or the 9-word email is the other one. It's super simple, okay? It's not long, it's not desperate. We don't focus on discounts or special offers. It literally is there to re-engage. It's trying to be so easy to make people want to reply. So your goal is to start a conversation, not close that sale on that first message. It needs to be personal, shown to them. So they need to know that you're talking to them. Casual, no pressure, no sales pitch, and impossible to ignore. A simple question that almost demands a response. So I'm going to give you the exact script in a minute, but it's the one tool that we give all our incubator clients, okay, and it works like magic. There's so many variations of this that you can use. I'm going to show you one in a minute when we go into it, but just when you see it, think of how many different ways you can rewrite this. The second framework we want to look at is capturing that second wave, okay? So not everybody wants to join in January. They have that thought, new year, new me, but I'm just not ready. There's a huge wave of prospects who emerge in February. These are the people who watched everybody start in January and left behind. So they joined your fitness business in January. They kind of got a little bit lost, but they're ready to start again in February. Now they've kind of like figured out stuff that's going on in their life. They weren't ready mentally or prepared mentally to do it in January, but now we can get them in February. These are the people that also maybe tried to do it themselves. New year, new me, I'm going to go and buy a spin bike, and now it's just collecting the laundry. I'm going to go running every day, so they bought these really expensive running shoes, and that's still in the box. These are the people that also tried to do it themselves, but realized they need more help. And these are all of the people that thought, you know what, I don't want to join the gym in January. It's going to be carnage. It's going to be mental. It's got loads going on. I'm going to wait for things to die down. So there's a second wave. We've got the start the new year, new me. And as we move into February, those of you that are with us for the ads, you will know we'll start talking about it's not too late to start. The second wave, those people who didn't want to do it in January because of all these reasons. And like we said, the other one is obviously they're financially ruined because they've decided to spend so much money on wasting presents for kids that now they've had to claw all that money back in January. So now they can actually focus on themselves in February. Okay, these are the people that are going to be more committed than the January crowd because they're not driven by the calendar. They made a conscious decision not to do it in January. But you're not going to find them by accident, okay? You're not going to stumble to them. We need to advertise to them. So you need a specific offer that speaks to them with the specific timing. The third one then is going to be automations, okay? The follow-up machine. I'll get back to you is where the profits die. So again, how many people have you spoken to? Like, I need to think about it. I need to speak to my partner. Or I'll do it when I've lost some weight. Or I'll do it when my shifts change. Or I'll do it at the end of the month when I've got money. If you do nothing with those people, then you've literally just given money away. You've just like thrown money down the drain. If someone says they need to get back to you or now's not the right time, whatever excuse it is, that's not a no. Even if they say, you know what, Dave, I don't want to join, that's not a no. That's them just making that decision right here, right now. In 3 weeks, something might have changed. In 2 months, something might have changed. So that's where we need the automations. So think about how many leads you've had over the past 6 months where they've given an excuse to not join. Now think about how many of those people have you actually followed up with more than once. more than once. So a lead comes in, you phone them 3 times, nothing, no sale. Did you just bin that lead then? Or have you followed up since? Text message at week 4, text message at week 12, text message at week 24. Are we still following up with these people? Be honest, okay? Manually chasing every lead is exhausting, inconsistent, and effective. You forget, you get busy, you feel awkward about following up, okay? So set up simple automations. They don't have to be mental. Framework 1, the 9-word email, you can put that into a text message, exactly the same. And every 3 months, you send that exact same text message out. It does work, okay? You just have to do it because you're busy. That's why we automate it. You're busy coaching to do the things that make it easy. So this is one thing that will help your members build inside the incubator. So we build it out for clients that join the incubator. We build a 15-month follow-up. So when they join, there's a text message at week 6. Then we go to week 12, and then we do it every 3 months from that point. So a text message asking them different things, putting slightly different offers in front of them to remind them, hey, we're still here. We are still here. When you're ready, come and join us. So let's have a quick think about everything we've talked about now. So where are leads in your bucket? Be honest with yourselves. How many leads from January have you not followed up with? They might have messaged you on Facebook. They might have WhatsApp messaged you. They might have come from ads. They might have come from social media. They've commented on your social media post. Hey, I'm interested. You commented back saying, send me a message. They didn't send you a message. Did you follow up with that person? They did send you a message. You replied. They did reply. Have you followed up with that person? I can guarantee you probably got loads of people in your inboxes which you've completely forgotten about. So just think, they've commented on the post, they've messaged you on WhatsApp, they've messaged you on Facebook, they've messaged you on Instagram, they've messaged you on X, they've replied to your emails, they've come from your website. There'll be loads of people in your various inboxes. Those people are there ready to be signed up, okay? Now think, how many clients do you have coming to the end of their 30-day trial or 6-week program where you have no clear step for them to move forwards with? So if it's a 6-week program, what is the continuation phase of that program? Yes, you might say, yeah, I roll them into monthly, but is that a second sales conversation that you need to have? Or do they automatically run into monthly? Or when they come to the end of the 6 weeks, you're like, cool, I've done my 6 weeks, I've lost my 1 stone, that's it, I'm done. Did you not explain to them that to maintain that, we then put you on to our next 6-week program, which leads into another 6-week program, which leads into another 6-week program. So you lose your weight, then we maintain, then we lose some more weight, then we have a challenge, and you have a periodized program. Again, you might know all this stuff in your head, but if you've not presented it to your clients, then clients are going to leave because they don't see the progress. They don't see where they can go to next. And then how many people said, I will think about it, and you've never followed up with them? There's going to be loads of them out there. They've said, I'll think about it. Even the people from December or November, October, those people are still wanting to lose weight. They're still wanting to tone up or build muscle or whatever those goals are. These things don't change. They'll have probably been to Weight Watchers or Slimming World or something, given up on that, and they need your support because you are better than that. So type in, how many leads from January have you not followed up with? How many clients have finished their initial program with no clear next step? And how many people said, I'll think about it, and you've not heard from them again? Let me know. Put in the comments quickly. Nobody wants to type. Okay, let's move on. Again, don't be embarrassed. Okay, this is literally this is like part of running a business. We're all in this situation. But if we can build systems, if we can build processes, if we want to scale to multiple venues and multiple staff and everything, you have to have all this in place. Again, I don't know how well you know me. You might be on this call and it's the first time you ever discovered me, or you might have been following me for a while. But when we had the Studio Fit Hub 30, for the first 6 months I was in it, but I built Fit Hub 30 so I didn't have to be in it. I was able to go away for 3 months. I even went to the World Cup in Qatar. I was away for the whole month, and Fit Hub 30 was still operational because we built the systems, we built the frameworks, we built the automations to make this happen. But if we're not having these three things in place, following up with leads that said no, and a follow-on package, where did they go after the first 6 weeks of the intro program? Then they're going to leave. Anyway, this is where February's profits are hiding, in these three aspects. So let's look at how we can fix these, okay? So let's look at that reactivation script. So a quick win. You can literally do this straight away after this call. This is the 9-word email or text message. So, hi, name, are you still looking to achieve X goal? Super simple. Send it as a text message, smiley face, something simple. That's all it needs to be. You're not intrusive. You're not asking them to give them a load of information. You're not making it difficult for them. It's an easy reply, okay? 9 words, no fluff, no desperation. And then why it works, it's personal. So if you want to send these out manually, it's going to be even more personable. But most of us help people with weight loss. That is probably what almost everybody I think on this call is helping people with: weight loss and tone up. So hi Holly, are you still looking to tone up? Let me know. That's all you need to send. Super easy, personal. Ask a question, it prompts a yes, no answer. You're not asking them for great detail. You're not asking them for a complex explanation. You're asking a simple question. And that's why, again, a lot of you that are on Lead Deck, when I say to you that first text message needs to be so easy, you're almost provoking them to have to reply. So when we say, can you confirm you're over 40, as we only work with over 40s, they have to reply. They have to prove to you that they're over 40. So they reply. Or do you live within 20 minutes of X location? They're like, yeah, I live there. Or can I confirm that this is Holly, just in case I've got the wrong person? You're provoking them to have to respond. Once they respond, that knocks down the hurdle, and then you can go for it. Okay, so simple questions. And obviously, this is not a needy thing. You're not asking for a sale. You're simply asking them about their goals. But you're not even asking about their goals. You're just asking, are they still looking to achieve something? So it's not complicated. Literally, send this out as an email or a text message later and watch the replies come in, okay? This is one, like I said, in the incubator, we've got I think there's 50 versions of this that we've worked out. But that's just one of them. There's loads. Just think how many different ways you can word this. Loads of simple ways of doing this. And there is a little download for you at the end of this video, which I'll send across as well. So number 2, so the quick win number 2, the January onboarding. So to keep January clients into month 2 and beyond, here's a 3 simple onboarding framework. So in the incubator, we talk about client onboarding in 2 phases. We have the client side and we have the back end side. So for our aim when somebody joins on the front end program, whether it's 6 weeks, 21 days, 1-day trial, whatever it is to move them into a monthly program. So on the client side, we set tasks and KPIs for the client, which they don't know about, that they need to hit. If we time, you also have a back end side of things which the staff need to do, and if the staff can tick all those boxes off, then we know that client is going to move to it too. So if you don't have an onboarding process for a new client, let's build one. And an onboarding process doesn't mean that's what you give them on their first day. The onboarding process lasts the full length of that front end. So if it's only a 1-day trial, that is the length of the onboarding process. You've got a lot of work to do. But if your program is a 6 weeks, a 30-day trial, a 2-week trial, whatever it can be, that is the length of your onboarding process. So we look at week 1, anchoring, okay? So set one small achievable goal for the first 7 days. This is not a big goal. Somebody joins, they want to lose 3 stone. That's not going to happen in 1 week. But this person hasn't trained in 5 years. So you're going to say, you know what, this week, I just need you to do 2 sessions this week. I'd be so proud of you if you can do 2 sessions this week. You haven't trained in 5 years. You've got so much going on in your life. And I'd be super proud if you can just find that 45 minutes twice a week, just this week to hit 2 sessions. You're going to feel so much better in yourself if you can do it. And they're going to be like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. They get those 2 sessions done. You text them at the end of the week. You know what, Holly, I'm so proud of you. You smashed it this week. You got those first 2 sessions in. You're really like you're unbelievable. Just keep this going now. And that's what it is. One small achievable goal. All you need to do is send it as a WhatsApp message, or you can even automate it. Hey, this week, welcome. Let's just get 2 sessions in. Easy. And then schedule their 3rd week check-in before they finish week 1 as well. So again, this is based on the 6-week program. So however long your program is, if it's 7 days, you'll have a check-in at like day 3. If it's 6 weeks, you'll have a session, a check-in at like week 3. You just want to arrange those check-ins. So next, schedule their 3 sessions before they leave. So again, super easy things to do. Send a personal welcome note. Again, everybody on this call, I sent you all a personal welcome voice note before this call, reminding you about the call. So easy to do, okay? Obviously, if it's a big client and they're paying you £400, £500, £600 for your program, little video message. Hey, Holly, just want to say welcome to the program. Excited to see you on your first session. Keep it going. Done. Like, it's super easy. These are the little touch points which is going to boost their confidence in wanting to stay with you for the long term. We then move into week 2, so we've got a proactive message midweek. How are you finding it so far? Hey, Holly, I know you hadn't been training for a while, so I know you're going to be pretty sore. So what I want you to do this week is take it a little bit easier. Let's hit those 2 sessions a week, but I want you to drink a little bit more water, and we're going to try and up those steps a little bit. That's going to help release the pains and the tension in your body, and you're going to start to feel a lot more energized by the end of week 2. Again, easy stuff that you can do. Celebrate those micro wins no matter. They'll text you saying, hey, you know what, I've lost a pound this week. And you're like, yeah, fireworks going off, like super pumped, super motivated. Even though it's only £1, to them, that's huge. So you celebrate that £1 with them. That builds that bond. They're super excited. They love it being here because you're so motivational. You really care. You're empathetic. That makes them want to stay. Address any doubts or obstacles. You know what, I'm really finding these sessions hard. I know you said 2 sessions, but I'm just really struggling. You're like, cool, I totally get that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speak to your coach, and I'm going to ask him to simplify it just for these first 2 or 3 weeks while you find your groove. Once you're in your groove, then we start increasing it again. There you go. You've listened to them. You've removed the doubts. You've removed the obstacles. You've made it easier for them to want to carry on. And then week 3, and then you just keep building. And then we've got like the bridge. And this is where you start having that conversation about what happens next. So in that first 6 weeks, it's all about getting you down to 1 to 1.5. What you've probably done previously, if you've probably fluctuated quite a lot, you go up and down. That's not what we want you to do here. We want this to be a long-term progression. So for the next month, after your initial 6 weeks, we want you to try and maintain that weight, because once you've maintained it, you'll feel confident that you can go again and lose more weight. Again, easy ways to do it. Introduce habits, not just sessions, and make them feel easier. Make it feel easier to stay than leave. You start introducing them to your clients. You probably have a client ambassador. One of your clients is the head of all the other clients, and they have to welcome them in and send them a personal message. Again, there's loads of stuff that you can do. It's all built out in the incubator, but these are the things that you can really think about. How can we keep clients to stay? This is the difference between clients staying in January or any month or having clients for life, okay? So if you want clients just to leave, then don't have an onboarding process. If you want clients to stay, really work on this onboarding process. And then final one, quick win through the February offer formula. So how to create a compelling offer for the second wave. So the second wave, these are the people that we really want. The January people, yeah, they're okay. They're just quick cash, but we want the second wave. These are the people that are going to stay long term. So not a leftover January promo. Skip the new year, new me. So we need new simple frameworks, okay? So specific result plus time frame plus reason. It's perfect for February. So the 6-week spring reset. Get Beachbody ready before Easter. So we're very specific about what we're saying. The February fast track. Lose your first £5 in 28 days. Perfect if you missed January. No excuses February. 4 weeks of accountability to finally build the habits. So we're not talking about January. Although, yeah, it says perfect if you missed January. So again, the examples, the 6 weeks. So why this works, okay, it's specific. They know exactly why they're getting started. It's time bound. You've created urgency without pushing. We're talking about spring. We're talking about February. We're talking about 28 days or 4 weeks. Beachbody ready before Easter. Again, it's very specific. And it's acknowledging their time. It makes them feel seen and not left behind. So the perfect example I can give you of this is DFS. Everybody knows DFS, the sofa company. Every month DFS have a new sale. Have you ever thought about that or noticed that? They have the spring sale, the January sale, the summer sale, the Christmas sale, the Black Friday sale. It's the same offer, the same discounts, but a new name makes it sound new, fresh, interesting, intriguing. People want to come in and buy the sofa because, oh, it's the January sale. Oh, it's the spring sale. It's talking about what's going on in that time. So think about it. Type in your results. What results could you promise in 4 to 6 weeks? So if you're not a results-based business, what else could you do? So just let me know in the chat. What results could you get somebody in their first 4 to 6 weeks of working with you? No, no, no. Nobody can get results in 4 to 6 weeks. No. Okay, let's keep going. So again, what most people fit wrong, they rely on hope and hustle instead of simple systems and strategies. Again, we've gone through loads of them. Just take your time. If you're super busy in your life and your work right now and clients are coming and going, you just need to step out of the business for literally like 2 or 3 days. Review everything. Start writing things down. Start noting things that really frustrate you and piss you off, because this is where you start building systems and strategies, okay? They offer discounts to win back clients. Terrible idea. You don't want to say, yeah, come back and I'll give you 50% off if you join for the next 6 months. You offer a 30-day kickstart at 70% of your normal price. It's not a discount, it's a 28-day kickstart. They come in at a slightly cheaper rate and then they move back onto their normal monthly program from there. So it's not a discount to come back long term, it's a kickstart. Kickstarts are one of the best ways to get people back. So getting the PBs in 5k by just one, yeah, perfect. And then now you feel like you start putting that into the way you explain your offer. So join our 6 weeks PB challenge where we will knock a minute off your time. Like, so you'll know your audience better than I will. But again, think about the results that they want. What can you realistically get them on average in the 6 weeks? And you put that result in the length of your program. They post generic drawing content on social media and they're always wondering why they get no likes or comments on their stuff. Again, if you've not been through any social media content that we do, really think about what you're posting on social media. FOMO is always the best way. They give up after one follow-up message. Again, the magic always happens that messages follow 3, 4, 5. We know the famous saying, you need to have a minimum of 10 touch points before somebody buys from you. This is the same. That's why all of you, I tried to get you to follow me on Facebook. I tried to get you to follow me on Instagram. I sent you the what. To join us, you know what we're all about. That's reducing the number of touch points that we have. They treat January clients the same as everybody else, ignoring that onboarding process. So these are not sustainable strategies. So if this is what you're doing right now, think about what we've talked about so far and kind of. It's a great start, but let me ask you, what happens when they reply yes. So the challenge, what we say, the 9-word email, are you still looking to lose weight? Yes. What next? Like, where does it go from here? You're like, cool, here's a link to buy. Probably not the way forward. You then, what's the next message? They reply yes. You're like, nice. Are you looking to start sooner or rather than later? What times are kind of working for you? Think about what needs to happen. What about new leads? Do you have a system to attract them consistently? Are we running ads? Are we doing our email marketing? Are we doing our WhatsApp and text messaging? Are we consistently on socials and stories and liking and commenting on people's stuff? And then the social media content as well. Are we actually putting content out there that actually gets you people engaging and wanting to join you? Or are you just posting stuff out there to get likes, just pictures of cats and stuff or dogs, just to get people to like your content? We need to actually be posting content that gets results. And pricing, like that is module 1 of the 15 and 90k day course. Okay, your pricing, is your pricing correct? Times, how much time you're spending in your business. Again, there's lots of stuff that goes into a successful fitness business or any successful business. Scripts and formulas are tools, but you need the complete system to make it work. So take your time, start building this stuff out. And this is obviously why I created the Fit Pro Incubator. Okay, it's the only coaching program in the fitness industry that gives you everything in one place to attract, convert, and retain high-paying clients. We built everything from scratch based on how FitHub 30 worked, all the way up until selling it and then reviewing it and then helping all these other businesses. So we show you how you consistently generate leads without having to do word of mouth, how to then convert those people into clients, how to then retain the clients month on month, not just a couple of weeks ago, and how we can give you the freedom to be able to go on holiday or sell the business or whatever it is you want to do. So you can build a profitable, sustainable business without guesswork and frustrations. So we give you everything. There's 2 levels of it. We'll go over it after the call if you want to chat about it. But we've got the 147, which is all the content, the weekly coaching calls and everything from there. Or the 397, which is the 90 and 15-day course, plus the one-to-one calls every month with myself. Everything is done on a month-to-month basis. You might join for 1 month and leave and then come back. Totally up to you. The only one that has a commitment is the growth one, the 395, because that is one-to-one coaching. We really dig deep into everything that you've got going on. If you want to sit down and go through any of this, book a free game plan call. You can do it. It's 15 minutes. We'll literally go through everything. We'll audit your business, identify what's working, pinpoint your biggest growth opportunities, build a personalized roadmap for your 90 days. There's no hard sell, no pressure. You kind of all know me by now. I literally reveal everything so you can do it. If you want to book that call, just message me game plan after this call, or if you go onto the website. But to finish, the new year truth, okay, January clients are different. They are very different to your normal type of clients that you can get. They're not committed. So the onboarding process is key to keeping them. The client comebacks, we talk about re-engaging, capture, and then automate. Build this stuff out and it's going to make your life so much easier. The 9-word email or text message. Honestly, after this call, go and pump those out. You will be massively surprised by how many people will respond and reply to that simple message. The onboarding checklist. Think about that. How can we get people to stay beyond month 2 and beyond? And then the February formula, okay, offers that are going to talk specifically to the second wave, not the people that just wanted that quick fix, the people that want this for the long term. So to finish, we'll open it up now to loads of questions. What's the one thing you're going to implement from today's workshop before the end of the week? And what's been your biggest challenge with client retention? And what do you think is causing it? So open up. Everybody can unmute themselves and let's kind of chat over these now.